Hey, there's a new podcast on its way, and it's going to blow your mind.
Peanut butter.
Chocolate!
Now, when I was a kid, this was one of my favorite commercials. Maybe you remember it.
You got your chocolate and my peanut butter.
And your peanut butter is on my chocolate.
See, it plays off the idea of juxtaposition. I'm sure that's exactly what you were thinking. It's this idea that two things that you normally wouldn't think of putting together actually are pretty mind-blowing when you actually put them together.
It's delicious.
Delicious!
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Meet Eric.
My name's Eric Myers.
Eric is a Beatles fan.
I started listening around age 4.
I mean a huge Beatles fan.
And the Beatles were simply my best friend.
I mean a huge, geeky, nerdy Beatles fan.
You know, I've written this book, The Spiritual Dimension of the Beatles.
So am I, by the way. My name is Glenn. But Eric is also an astrologer.
You know, astrology is very complicated.
And I mean a huge astrologer.
You know, one of the things that I abhor is popular simplifications.
I mean a huge, geeky, way out there, new agey astrologer.
You know, what I do is called evolutionary astrology, in fact. It's about how we're maturing and growing.
You may not normally think of putting astrology with the Beatles.
You know, I'm not going to just talk about John as a Libra or Paul as a Gemini and George as a Pisces. It's much more complicated than that.
But just wait and see what happens when you do.
The whole Beatles catalog is a coming-of-age story. It's a depiction of spiritual maturation. John Lennon has an Aquarius moon, and he's a visionary. McCartney is almost the opposite. This is George's chart conveys some darkness from things that might be dogmatic. Ringo was the emotional anchor of the band. Ringo is a Cancer sign. Yes, in fact, the Beatles, there's a technique called the composite chart.
The Spiritual Dimension of the Beatles, a new mind-blowing podcast that no true Beatles fan will want to ignore.
We are going to go on a phenomenal ride.
Look for it in October 2020.
And I'm so psyched.
And look for Eric's upcoming book in early 2021.
And so the spirit of it is understanding our evolution.
Subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss either one. Because in the end, the love you take is equal, you know the rest.